Thank you, Holly. Welcome all. Welcome all to the light and love that is Unity of Lawrence. We're so happy to have you with us here today. Let's take a center, and Unity, we begin everything in prayer. Let's take a centering breath now and open up to the divine in all of us and listen to this prayer. On this day, we dedicate our hearts to peace on earth. We appreciate everyone's spiritual journey and the abundant blessings bestowed upon us. In unity with all who seek to express freedom, joy, we welcome our divine inheritance as creators. In harmony with this truth, we live to the best of our ability with a peaceful mind, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful spirit. And so it is. Amen. Our prayer chaplains are trained to hold sacred space and pray with you one-on-one. If there is anything in your heart to be held in prayer, no matter how big or small, please see one of our chaplains following today's service. And let's see, our chaplains today are Diane Silver. Is Diane here? Diane is not here. And Gail, is Gail here? Are there any chaplains here? Okay, yes. Thank you. Okay, now let's join Holly in singing All Is Well.
I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel good to know all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. I can change my reality by change in my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and it's mine. And I'm loved and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should.
Now let's turn and greet one another.
Well, all Spirit directing me right now. All is well, all is well. All is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit, I am fit by the divine. I'm one with all that is, my soul is free from time, and I'm blessed and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? All is well, 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 and unfolding as it should.
Thanks for putting up with my kind of bad tambourine. I realized it wasn't going well, so I put it to the wayside, but thank you for letting me try that out. Fulfill a goal. So please affirm with me now Unity's founding principles. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And now our Unity of Lawrence vision statement. United in divine love and joy, we celebrate a peaceful and abundant world for all. And finally, our Unity of Lawrence mission statement. We are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. And now, please welcome our special musical guest, John Keck.
Feel free to play any tambourine you like on this. I thought it was great. And that song was beautiful. Thank you so much for welcoming me up here. It's a pleasure to be back. I'm going to play. I talk a lot before I play. It makes me more comfortable. I hope you're okay with that. I'm going to play a song. I think I've played it here before. It was heavily inspired by a moment that I had in Colorado where I was looking up at the Milky Way for the first time. I was on a camping trip by myself and looking for answers. I think those kind of journeys are important to take, and sometimes you find the answers, and sometimes you find that the searching is the answer. In this case, I just started singing a song that you probably know, and I'm going to incorporate it into my song. Originally, I started writing this as a tongue-in-cheek kind of approach to spirituality. I was raised heavily on Mark Twain, as well as a Presbyterian messages. So my mom gave me a lot of mixed signals, and I tried to make that work the rest of my life. So I call this a country song for Buddhists. And if it speaks to you, please, let's talk about it more, because the idea is communication, right? So I can't go to all of your houses and get to know you on the level that I'd like to, but hopefully we can talk a little bit after the service today and get to know each other. But also, these ideas are ones that I want to share and hear what you think about them. So here we go. It's called Here on Earth. Now if you hold your head up high and you kiss the sky, will you go to heaven when you die? If you do, hold the gate. I'm planning on being late. Keep a light on for me. 'Cause I'd rather be a blade of grass underneath a shade tree or a single speck of sand in the wind. A drop of rain on your window pane as you look out in one more time for me again. Oh, heavens are bright from the light flickering stars. Have I stood amazed and asked as I gaze, does her glory exceed that of ours? Oh, home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, and where seldom is heard discouraging wind, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Those skies are cloudy all day. This world, I'd rather be here on earth. What else worth? I'd rather stay here on earth than run around the universe with an angel's wings and a devil's mind. That feels like a waste of my time. I prefer to defer from a ride on your cloud nine. When the reckoning comes beckoning, I like to be the last in line. Oh, for what it's worth, I'd rather stay here on earth. Oh, for what it's worth, I'd rather be here on earth.
Thank you, John. Holly Taylor is a multifaceted artist who shines the light of hope through her artistic and healing endeavors. In addition to her role as music director here at Unity of Lawrence, she is a certified music therapist, sound healer, workshop facilitator, and a contributing singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist for Folk in the Flow and Star Sister Revival. If you want to learn more, that's right. If you want to learn more, her website is hollytaylor432.com. Please join me in welcoming Holly.
Good morning. So there's a question that you might not hear very often, but I think we ask it all the time. It goes like this. Excuse me, have you seen the nearest safe haven around here? I think I missed the exit. I can't find one anywhere. I really got some sleep I got to catch up on, a couple of wounds I should mend, and I'm really ready for a getaway. And so we pick up the vacation brochure. We book that little hidden cottage in the woods. And we look a little closer. Bear country. Oh no. And perhaps we decide to step in and take a sabbatical and step into a sanctuary or try something completely different. Maybe we'll find our peace there. So there are many safe havens. Maybe you can't make it over to the mountains of Tibet, but you have a favorite chair, right? Maybe you have a deck that you can go out and take a breath every once in a while when you need it. Or maybe you can just relax when you have a person or a pet in your life that you can be yourself without fear of judgment. All of these really are safe havens. People, places, and things do enrich our lives. But can you imagine starting your day in one of those sacred havens? No distractions, free of worries, no drama, no conflicts, and no deadlines. How much more present could we be? And how much clearer could we see the cycles of our own mind at work and learn to be at peace? How much easier could it be to feel that connection with Spirit? But alas, most of us didn't take up residence high in the mountains of that silent monastery. So we have to find our own safe haven, whether we're in a bustling metropolis or on a quiet beach or at home having tacos over some ridiculous argument about salsa. So how can we live in the daily grind and a safe haven at the same time? What are the blockages? Why do we continue to seek safety from the world and from others? If you're like me, maybe the thought through your mind these past years with COVID. That reminds me of a video game that I used to play as a kid. I was just a little rocket in the middle of this huge meteor storm, and my job was to shoot the meteors until they came to bits so they wouldn't blast me out of the sky. And if that wasn't enough, at the end of each round, other rockets would come and start shooting at me. And it just makes me tense even thinking about it now. But what I did was I found that safety button. I pushed the shield, and I held it as long as I could. But guess what? It had a time limit. And so once that shield ran out, boom, game over. And so we're always looking for relief. And so that concept can be relatable. And we do have an energetic field around us, and it surrounds us. It's like a surround sound radio station. It's just part of our energy. Our thoughts, our spoken words, our feelings and intentions, our beliefs, and our movement. It all has a frequency, and it physically impacts the world around us. It's felt within, and it goes out into the world. It is possible to program that energy field to act like a shield, but it's not what you think. It's not about blocking or defense mechanisms or negating things that we're afraid of or just don't want messing up our lives. That's actually impossible. Our biofield is meant to give and to receive information, and it's naturally supported when we have the frequencies of peace, love, joy, and harmony in our atmosphere. Many of us do have traumas that have caused us to hold on to that shield button. But we can't override that we are both a receiver and a transmitter of energy at all times. And just like the video game, at some point, that posturing of holding up that shield wears out. And perhaps it shows up as tension or disease or pain. Or maybe it wears on your mind and shows up like fatigue or apathy or depression or anger or anxiety, any of these things. And so there comes a time when we are so tired of holding on to that shield that we know we have to try something different. So those are the moments that we seek out a safe haven. Maybe we find a glimmer of hope that it's possible to work through our fears. And so I'll just remind you, you and I are never alone, and we are never separated. We exist in a woven fabric called the universe, and it truly is a safe haven. Our unity principles are clear. The divine creator is all-encompassing, absolute good, and active in every one person, place, and thing. There are no tears in the fabric of divinity. No place where love does not exist. But not only that, we are made from that divine fabric. We are inherently good. We are interconnected co-pilots with the divine. So do this with your hands. Feel how comfortable and supported it is to feel your hands interwoven into that fabric of life and love and goodness. We hold the space of a safe haven that we can realize and experience this as truth. And now for a moment, I want to just take the needle off the record player because I really want your undivided attention. With our recent legislature of division in our state and some recent events of violence in our town, both of which affected my household and lots of yours, this sacred space that we call Unity of Lawrence is more important than ever before. And I think we all know it. And I said these words out loud in my backyard yesterday when I was practicing this talk. And I looked up in the sky. There was a bald eagle circling this neighborhood, saying yes. And last week, Kelly Hunt spoke. She shared about the eagles and how they fly higher and higher in the presence of those who would seek to pull them down. And that's exactly what this eagle did. It rose higher and higher into the thermals until I couldn't see it anymore. And so I know that we are a blessing and that we are here to offer a safe haven as we are rising above our circumstances. Because here we can speak boldly. We can set intentions. We can clear our minds and breathe in and out and relax from that daily grind. Let's take a deep breath together and let's honor this space right now of unity. Because here we feel connection to others. We can give and receive support. And maybe during the week we come in again. We come for a workshop or a class or a concert, or we go together to the parade. All of these opportunities enrich our lives, but also they enrich our community. Because we are all connected, sharing space and time. And here we are sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. I've always loved our mission statement. And before I found Unity of Lawrence, I was already feeling that call to be a bridge builder and knowing that power of transformation is within. And so I find so much hope knowing that we can connect to anybody. We just have to have a bridge of connection. And maybe that bridge is the safe haven. Maybe it's our common interests or compassion or a gift of listening. Could be being in the right place and time. And when we connect soul to soul, there's no denying the divine humanity in anyone. So what is the window to the soul? The eyes, right? The eyes tell our stories. They call for that connection, and they speak in the universal language of compassion. Most of all, they tell the truth. So this is a poem that I wrote in honor of really seeing the eyes as a window to the soul, and it's called Soul Circles. They're searching, seeking assimilation, filled with memories shared and secrets kept, true windows to the soul, likened to stained pieces of glass, darkened with experience, and yet shining with the hope of that which is to come, those things yet unseen by any passerby. Every hue hints of a significant tale, lessons learned and adventures sought. Within the frame of lashes are hues of mercy, splashes of wisdom, sparkles of joy, and clouds of uncertainty, and a steadfast shade of faith, all amidst those softened edges of endured pain. Strands of intricately woven sunlight lie captured in a perpetual dawn. It's a circular dance of discovery between the past and the present, all the while gazing upon new horizons. And so the eyes are an unspoken bridge. And every time you connect to another in this way, you know it. There's no takebacks. And so there's a couple of lyrics that I'll lead us through in an exercise so we can practice releasing our shield and connecting to others while we're in this safe haven. And you can connect to a person beside you or somebody across the room. Just be brave and open to the spontaneity of these simple words. Raise your eyes and look into another's soul. One of the most powerful experiences in the landmark education is called the eye gaze. And you hold eye contact in silence with someone for 2 minutes. And it's really a powerful exercise, and a lot of people are afraid of it. And so if you're shy like me, or if you just prefer to think with your eyes closed, just for a moment, we can raise up our countenance and take a look at these gifts around us. And when you do hold the gaze up to 2 minutes with a complete stranger, or even a loved one, you move through those worries of, what do I look like right now? And you really have a hard time telling the difference between looking at another and looking at yourself. And that was the most profound aspect for me. So if you're willing, and you find a willing participant this week, why don't you try that? But for right now, let's just look around the room and raise our eyes and look into another's soul. You can give a smile, give a nod, an acknowledgement that we are seen, we are appreciated. And thank you for being here. And now I have another lyric for you. Raise your voices, let your stories be told. This is another simple way to create a bridge. And I know we have bridge builders out there because we love to say hello to each other during that first song. We are great at this. And in our unity principles, we know that our words and our thoughts and intentions are so powerful. We create our life experiences by what we choose to think, feel, and believe. So make sure that we make the intention to create a bridge that's leading into a beautiful space, rather than one of those bridges of agreement, of injustice, or complaints. Because we know where those bridges lead, right off of the cliff, into that island of misery loves company. So when I say let your stories be told, ask yourself, is this a story that I want to take hold and grow? Because we all have stories of what we've experienced, of who we are and why, and where we want to go. We're all storytellers by nature. But it's important to know when a story has gone past the expiration date. And if so, today is the day to create a new story. And so if you were to share a couple of sentences right now, you could share about someplace you'd love to visit, or it could be what you had for breakfast today. Just a couple of sentences can help us to connect with each other. So think on that for a moment. And we're going to get a chance to do that with each other. And you can find your closest neighbor for this exercise, and the person who's on the right can go first. And we have some groups of 3, and we'll just go as quickly as we can. But I want you to take a moment to raise your voices and let your stories be told. So I'm going to use a bell to start and to finish. Now, the important part is that we are listeners. So we are not going to respond. We're just going to hold the space with our eye gaze, and we're going to be a complete listening audience for our neighbors. Okay, so find your person on the right, or we can group up in whatever ways you need to, but let's share. We'll take time to switch with your neighbor if you haven't yet. And our final share now. All right, let's wrap up. Thank you, neighbors. I enjoyed watching you all relating and connecting. I hope that was fun for you and that you learned something about your neighbors and that you just had a good moment of humanity with somebody. And before meditation, John and I are going to play this song for you that's called Bridge of Unity. And when we say raise your hands to your heart and be bold, I want you to do that movement with us during that song to honor the beautiful resilience and the power of our hearts united. And so as we're sharing with each other, this is the opportunity to co-create with the divine as a collective. And so how is that done? By our thoughts held in mind. Now, how do we hold a thought? We hold it with sensations and feelings and repetition. And if we hold it long enough, it becomes a new belief. Whatever that thought is, it has a specific feeling and a frequency. So just like a song playing on the radio holds a certain feeling and intention, you are a song in every moment, playing on your own energy wave radio. It could be subtle, but it has a rhythm, and it's pulsating out from you into the universe at all times. And sometimes others can get in sync with you and entrain to your rhythms. And now we're singing together in the choir. And so when you're tuned in and finding harmony, you can notice when environments do not resonate with you for whatever reason, and that's okay. And you'll find other environments that you are going to thrive in. So if your inner voice says, retreat, retreat, you might start reaching for that shield. But we don't want to fund a weapons defense program here. We want to strengthen our broadcast system with well-being and with clarity. And so let's choose to broadcast a sweeter song and tell the stories that we want to become. This is how we can get out ahead of the rain and to prepare for any storm. And we don't have to retreat in fear. If we could just connect to that hypothetical storm, we wouldn't feel that trigger to retreat and push the shield button. So what if, as a collective, we could create an environment where chaos storms are a rare sighting? Stay tuned. Our nervous systems show us we aren't designed to perpetuate intense and destructive emotions over a long amount of time. Feelings that ravage through our bodies like a forest fire, and those negative thought patterns or spin our minds like tornadoes are short-lived by nature. And so when we have to pull ourselves together, when we have wounds in need of stitching up, despite all the fancy technology, even in the ER, we rely on the needle and the thread to stitch us up. And in mind and spirit, our needle is presence, and our thread is acceptance. And we can only make one stitch at a time. We can only take one breath at a time. We can only take one step at a time. And some of you might remember this mantra. One step at a time, we create the aligned patterns of our lives. Say with me. One step at a time, we create the aligned patterns of our lives. Now today, we're going to add a word. We're going to say intertwined. So one step at a time, we create the intertwined patterns of our lives. One step at a time, we create the intertwined patterns of our lives. Nice. So how can we find that needle and thread of alignment if our mind has gone astray? Well, here's a really simple exercise, just to interrupt that mind chatter when it's gone too far. Just pick something to look at in the room. Take a breath. Now pick another object in the room. Take a deep look at it. Take a breath. And one more time, find another object. Take a breath. Just that simple activity is enough to get a foothold back into the mind, to insert what's worth holding on to in the mind. Romans 12:2 says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed. And how do we do that? By the renewing of our minds. Presence is the perfect filter for the mind, and that returns us to our rightful role as co-creators while we're creating on this canvas of the fabric of the world. Our third unity principle says that everything in the manifest realm had its beginning in thought. So roll out the red carpet, because we are co-creators with the divine, creating reality through these thoughts held in our mind. How long can you hold a thought? Seconds? Minutes? An hour or two? A day? Well, we can put it in perspective. How long can you hold a grudge or a belief? Yes, sometimes entire lifetimes are spent holding certain thoughts in mind. And so what if as a community, we intentionally hold a thought together? How many times over is the volume amplified? How much is that impact quantified? Because where 2 or 3 are gathered, it says, there I am with them. And we know those 2 words, I am, hold the power. And so we'll work on those intentioning muscles together. We'll hold those thoughts a little longer, feel that peace a little longer, and our bodies and our minds and our communities will benefit. Because the more we practice, the more we welcome that into our lives. And these are the steps within that ease those footsteps to go across the bridge to connect to others. And our thoughts are the keys to creating those bridges, to creating that world around us that we want to live in. Alberto Villoldo is a researcher and a medical anthropologist who's worked with shamans around the world. And he says that shamans say there is only one disease. It's called disconnection. And this disconnection is from our purpose, it's from nature, and it's from our community. And so here we are working on restoration of our own personal purpose and of our communities. And I encourage you to go out and connect with nature in some way, because it is there to support us as well. The negative ions that you can find outside, the colors of the landscape, the sun rays, the bird songs, the plants, they're not only medicine to our soul, but an invitation to connect to the universe at large. And so the only question is, are we going to use these tools at our fingertips to create the safe haven that we want to exist in? Will we choose the stories that we want to keep and let go of the ones that we don't? So we are co-creators, and we have dedicated this safe space right here for the purpose of sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. And this is a cutting-edge level of humanity. Individuals who see each other through the eyes of Source. There's no safer lens to look through and to be seen through. Wrinkles? What wrinkles? Your voice cracked? I must have missed that. All is well and unfolding as it should. This is not the finish line. This is the journey. And we get to see humanity in others sometimes before we recognize it in ourselves. We find inspiration in humankind, and we find relatability in those cracks as well. So each week, let's come and renew our faith in humanity and fine-tune our vision and see as the divinity sees and resonates. And here, maybe you're reminded to breathe. Maybe you find comfort in a handshake. The poet Hafiz had these words to share. He said, admit something. Everyone you see, say to them, love me. Of course you don't do it out loud, because then they would call the cops. But still, think about it, the great pull in us to connect. So why not become the one who lives with a full moon in each eye, that is always saying with the sweet moon language what every other eye in this world is dying to hear? We can be that for each other. These words are soft and the actions are unspoken, but there is a strength in community. The lighthouse of the safe haven is on. And I want to conclude with a quote, not with a quote, but with a research study that has been done many times. And in the study, these researchers would gather 1% of the population in a city of over 10,000 people. And these folks would gather and they would meditate on the sensation of feeling peace. And I heard directly from one researcher involved in this study that neutrality of simply embodying peace was really a key component to their success. And so as their meditations happened, there was a direct correlation of reduction of crime rates in their city, a reduction of emergency room deaths, but not just in the time frame that they were meditating. This trend continued for the next 5 years. And so just think of the impact that we are having on the community right now by holding this space and this energy frequency. And as we are here meditating together, we are gathering in mindfulness and in our meditations during the week, in our Italian class and stitching group, and in our concerts, our unity talks and workshops. This is a safe haven for all. It's beautiful work that we're doing here. Just take a look at the program and see how many options and how many things that we have going on. This personal collective of divinity here is so powerful. And I am just grateful to be part of this bridge that we call unity. Thank you.
Can I just say that it's a pleasure to play this beautiful song that Holly wrote. This is the first time I've played it, so please have grace with me
Absolutely. No, thank you so
as I
much for
follow
doing
her.
it. So as we do this song, we're going to start to prepare for meditation. Remember to hold your hand on your heart as we call that out in the chorus. There's a streak of stripe across this soul, and a stripe of light to hide the hole. There's a smile to cover up the pain, but the past keeps coming up again. Yeah, yeah. There's a sage that tells a tale of grace, and a soul that longs for love's embrace. There's a need to speak the truth untold, a salve for every wound of old. Yeah. So raise your eyes, look into another soul. Raise your hands, let your stories be told. Raise your hands to your heart and be bold. Raise your spirit, set it free and be whole. There's a way to cross this coming tide, a place for every heart and mind. There's a land of opportunity, the bridge is built in unity. Yeah, yeah. There's a path of peace and a path of war, a path for every open door. There's a path for love, a path for hate, and a path we underestimate. Our gifts of faith, our gifts of hope, our gifts of love, our gifts of doubt, our gifts of grace, our gifts of soul, our gifts of joy, our gifts of hope. Raise your chalice, drinking deeply from the floor. Raise up this palace, make it fit for life to grow. Raise up your children in the way we want to go. Raise up this nation so all the world will know. We're the bridge of light and flesh and soul, the seal that heals the wounded horse. We're the flagship of the state of grace. Let us never underestimate our gifts of love, our gifts of time, our gifts of joy, our gifts aligned, our gifts of peace and love divine, our gifts of bridges intertwined. Raise your eyes, look into another soul. Raise your voices, let your stories be told. Raise your hands to your heart and be bold. Raise your spirit, set it free and be whole. Let's take in a deep breath. We're going to move into a short meditation. So as we connect within to that deep breath, we're just going to take a cleansing breath. We're going to take it in from the top of our heads and let it come down, and exhaling down deep into the earth below us. This time we're going to take a breath in from below. We're going to cleanse coming up through the heart space, through the throat. And we're going to set that breath free up into the sky above us. As we think of the space of a safe haven, and we feel that encompassing all around us. Think of the joy as we relate to one another. And here we find our rest, our space to breathe, our space to clear our minds. As we hold this moment in silence,
Some say, some who wander may not be lost, that the heart is the compass, time is the cost. Oh, but how far should one go? Does anyone get to know? It feels like beyond no return. I've stood and I've stared at the vanishing stars. I've counted rare rubies on Mars. Oh, but nothing compares to the light from your eyes. Mi bonita, mi amor, sempre. On this side of forever lives a beautiful dream. I hope you know to me you mean everything. The light from your eyes to guide me through my nights. Mi bonita, mi amor, mi sempre. From your eyes, the rest of our lives. Mi bonita, mi amor, mi sempre.
Thank you so much, John and Holly. And as our ushers come forward for our time of thanks, I invite you to join me as we hold our gifts to this community in our hands and love in our hearts. Let's affirm together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And as the love offering is collected, let's join Holly in singing Stand.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
And as our ushers come forward, let's hear our prayer of thanks. Please listen. We are grateful and we bless the flow of good that supports our unity community. We bless the givers who give their time, talent, and treasure. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth only to return again and again. And so it is. Amen. And now for our opportunities. A special welcome to our guests today, here and virtually. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. If you would like more information about the Unity Movement and Unity of Lawrence, please pick up a welcome packet in the foyer. The Sunday Lunch Bunch is meeting today at Who Hot, which is 2525 Iowa Street. Everyone is welcome. This didn't make the announcements, but I'm making the announcement now. Today is also our monthly drumming circle, 1:30 in the sanctuary. We'd love to have you. And as you can see, you don't need musical talent. You can just come and be with the instrument, and I assure you you'll have fun. Please, we also today have lessons in survival Italian, and that will be meeting downstairs in the fellowship hall at 4 p.m. Also remember that our open meditations are Tuesday p.m. here in the sanctuary at 6:30. The Matt Venuti concert is this Friday, June 2nd, and he is bringing us his electroacoustic sound immersion concert. Please check out the poster in the foyer. This concert is geared towards adults, FYI, and I believe we have a short 1-minute video to show you right now. Is it good? I'm so sad I'm out of town. That looks amazing. Everyone, please go this Friday, June 2nd. The Pride Parade is also this Saturday, June 3rd. Pick up your shirt from Sarah and Bethany so we can all wear them to the parade and then to our service on June 4th. Also, please save the date. The next Unity Talk speaker will be our very own Cindy Whitmer on Friday, June 9th, here in the sanctuary at 6:30. Next month's potluck on June 11th will be an outdoor picnic. Please bring your chairs. Yes, clap, clap. This weather is just too good to not enjoy. So please bring your lawn chairs. We will be under the trees on the east side of the building. Is that side, Kathy? The east side, that way. And also a sign-up sheet is in the foyer right now for items to bring to the barbecue. And finally, please join us next Sunday when Jay Pryor brings us the message, Surrender Dorothy, with special music with Green Spirit Band. And now it's time to rise as you are able and sing the peace song together.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God as Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. Take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And as we lower our hands, let's say the prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.